Hello friends, welcome back in channel eStudy World. Myself PS Rator. I hope you are very well. Today we are with topic immune system and lymphatic system. So I hope you like our previous videos and share and please subscribe my channel eStudy World and leave a comment to improve the quality and service. So please subscribe the channel and let me start immune system and lymphatic system. This is the very interesting topic which involves many immune related organs. This is related to our body defense mechanism. So this whole system involved in our body defense. This is very important and very interesting topic. So let me start. Immune system. General outline means lymphatic organs. Main lymphatic organs are divided into two parts. First, primary and second one is secondary. Primary is important and very important. Primary organ is thymus and bone marrow. So, other than thymus and bone marrow, all are secondary organs. Means secondary lymphoid organs. So, lymph node, spleen, tonsils, and other like pancreas, all are secondary organ. So lymphoid tissue and lymphoid tissue is a special type of tissues which present in many different position of the body parts. These lymphoid tissue consist of cells like lymphocytes and macrophages. These are very important cells. Lymphocyte cells involved in mechanism of the messenger work, but macrophages involved in the body defense or capturing of the prey to destroy them. This type of the lymphocytes cells are T cells, means T lymphocyte, B lymphocyte, K means killer cells, NK, NK means natural killer cell. T lymphocyte cells are of different type, TH, TS, TC. These involve in the help. T cells are helper cells which involve in the B lymphocytes help, and B lymphocytes create the body defense mechanism. Lymphoid tissue consists of reticular tissue, macrophages, plasma cells, and lymphocytes. Macrophages is phagocytic in nature. Plasma cells are cells. Lymphocytes involved in the helper cells and phagocytic in nature and body defense activity. Diffuse LT cells means lymphocyte tissue, no border, predominant T cells. Postcapillary venules. This is very important point. Postcapillary venule means out of the capillary venules involved in the capturing of the prey, and it provides a site of the bacteria and some other infectious cells can sit and can and rest there, and in this position cells can be predated by macrophages and other cells. But in lymphoid nodules, in diffuse lymph tissue and in lymphoid nodules, this is the clear difference between these two types of the tissues. In this no border, but in this clear border. Lymphoid nodule presents clear border, predominant B cells, but in diffuse lymphoid tissue, T cells are predominant. In this case, primary cells converted into secondary, means primary cells becomes mature into secondary type of the cells. Lymphoid tissue. If we talk about lymphoid tissue consists of, this is medulla region and this is cortical region. This is clearly visible and you can see here this is medulla region and this is cortex. These are the lymphoid tissues. If we see this is internal space inside the lymphoid tissue and this is the cells. Lymphoid cells are traveling inside and stay there, and these free space contains lymph and lymph fluid. Lymphoid organs are of two types: central lymphoid organ and peripheral lymphoid organ, means primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organs. In primary lymphoid organ, if we talk about primary lymphoid organ, these are two types, means two, thymus and bone marrow. And secondary lymphoid organ and peripheral lymphoid organ is lymph node, spleen, tonsils, and pancreas, and some other. Thymus involved in the generation of the T cells, but bone marrow involved in the generation of B cells, means T lymphocytes are produced in the thymus and B lymphocytes are produced in the bone marrow. But in the primary lymphoid organ, secondary lymphoid organ contains thymus, lymph node, spleen, and tonsils. These are the places to proceeds immune reactions. Means in these organs, immune related reactions are created and function. These organs provide a special type of the mechanism to create memory of the foreign particles and some other foreign bacteria and viruses. Thymus. Thymus is consist of, if we talk about thymus consists of capsule, this is outer covering, this is consist of connective tissue, interlobular septa, this is tuft shape, and this is outer covering which provide protection to the thymus, and cortex and medulla. Inner space and inner region is medulla, and after the medulla is cortex. First of all medulla, after that cortex, and after that capsule, this is the outer covering. If we talk about cortex, endothelial reticular cells, ERC, this is the primary and principal cells of the thymus. Lymphocytes, thymocytes, also called thymocytes, macrophages secrete IL-1. IL-1 means interleukin 1. This is the type of cytokine which involved in the signaling molecule in the immune system, means it provides signals to the immune system. It provides messages to the immune system which activate the cells of the immune system to defense mechanism. It comes on the medulla, medulla ERC, endothelial reticular cells, LC, lymphocyte cells. This is few, means little amount. Macrophages secrete IL-2. IL-2 means interleukin 2. This is also a type of cytokinin which involved in the signaling to the molecules in the immune system. It provides message to the immune system which activates the immune system and provides the defense. Thymic corpuscles means thymic corpuscles. This is the same like a cell, thymic cells. Thymus. This is the thymus. This is the microscopic structure. In this structure, we can see this is the medulla. This is the cortex. We can see clearly. This is the cortex. These are the medulla. We can see this is ERC, means endothelial reticular cells. This is the unit of the thymus. This is ERC, which combine to form thymus. And this is the outer covering of the thymus. This is a single compartment. This is medulla and this is cortex. This is the outer boundary of lobule. Let me come on the cortex of the thymus. Here we can clearly see the ERC cells. These are the ERCs, endothelial reticular cells. Here we can see these are the macrophages. And at some places these are the IL-1. So this is the cortical region of the thymus. Here we can see endothelial reticular cells. This is the desmosome. This is the desmosome. Desmosome is the connection between two cells. It provides junction and tight junction and provide adhesion, but little amount of the transport, but little amount. This is the lymphocytes. These are the lymphocytes. Let me come on medulla of the thymus. This is the medulla of the thymus. Here we can see lymphocyte cells, ERC, and macrophages. If we see here, this is very scattered form of the cells in this region. Here we can see IL-1 and macrophages comes here. Let me come on blood-thymus barrier. This is the main important point of our immune response system. In our immune system, blood-thymus barrier is the main mechanical barrier. It prevents circular antigen from reaching the thymic cortex where T cells are being formed. Means blood-thymus barrier provide a barrier, means it creates a boundary between cortex and blood circulatory system. In the cortex, T cells are produced and forms of the thymus. These are the create differentiation between T cells and blood circulatory system. It consists of endothelial cells of the continuous capillary, very thick basement membrane. In this region, basement membrane are very thick. Means capillaries, if we know about capillaries wall are very thin, but basement membrane, in that endothelial cells are settled down and creates a layer. So basement membrane are very thick in this region. Perivascular space with macrophage in it. Basement membrane of ERC, endothelial reticular cells, create a basement membrane. On the basement membrane, ERC creates a membrane of the cells. ERC or their processes with the desmosomes, means ERC cells are jointed together through the desmosome features, means it provide connection between cell to cells. Function of the thymus. Thymic ERC can secrete thymic, means this is the hormone, thymic hormone. Thymic hormone are of three types: thymosin, thymolin, thymopoietin. These are three thymic hormone. It induces the stem cell to differentiate into T lymphocyte cells. Means thymic hormone involved in the production of the T lymphocyte through the differentiation of the stem cells. Production of the T lymphocytes are induced by thymic hormone. These three hormones in the coordinated way produces T lymphocyte through the stem cells induction, means it induces into stem cells and create differentiation into stem cells and produces the T lymphocytes. In this section we can see stem cell region. Here many stem cells becomes differentiated many stem cells become differentiated and forms T lymphocytes. If let me come on lymph node. If we talk about lymph node are present in our body in different places. Means in the different tissues and organs, lymph nodes are present. This is scattered in passages of the lymph. Means it provide passages of the lymph in scattered form in our whole body. Structure. If we talk about structure consists of capsule and parenchyma. Parenchyma surrounded by capsule. This is stuffed covering. Parenchyma consists cortex and medulla. Inner region is medulla and outer region is cortex. Function of the lymph node is perform immune reaction, filtration of the lymph. Means it create many immune reactions and provide message to our immune systems also, and it also create lymph. This is the very important fluid of our body in which many tissue secretions are present, and also lymph also called tissue fluid. So this is the very important fluid for our body for the excretion and absorption of some other excretive product. Structure. If we talk about structure, capsule, several afferent lymphatic vessels, trabeculi. Means in the capsule region, trabeculi are present and many afferent lymphatic vessels also are present. In the cortex region is consist of superficial cortex, paracortical zone, and cortical lymphatic sinuses. In the superficial cortex, lymph nodules, means B cells produces here, means maturation of B cells are takes place in this region, primary and second. B cells primary and B cells secondary. Internodular zone also present between two nodules. Between two nodules, internodular zone are present. It provide space for the lymph secretion. Paracortical zone. Paracortical zone is the diffuse lymphoid tissue. Diffuse lymphoid tissue for T cells. In this region, T cells are present. Cortical lymphatic sinuses. These are the subcapsular sinus and peritrabecular sinus. This is the subcapsular sinus and peritrabecular sinus is subcapsular sinus and peritrabecular sinus. Sinuses are the space or depressions in this region lymphatic fluid is stored. Let me come on medullary region. In the medullary region is divided into two parts or two regions: medullary cords and medullary sinus. Medullary cords contain many B cells, plasma cells, macrophages. Macrophages is phagocytic in nature. B cells also. Medullary sinus, many macrophages. In the medullary sinus, many macrophages are present in this region. This is the thymus structure. This is anatomical structure. This is thymic artery. This is vein. And this is efferent lymphatic vessel. This is very important because lymph are transported from here. And some outflow. These are the efferent lymphatic vessels. Lymph comes from here and secreted out from here. And these are the post-capillary venules. These are the capillaries network, and these are the post-capillary venules. Means capillary after the capillary venules is called post-capillary venules. This is the region subcapsular sinus, and this is the capsular. Capsule. Below the capsule is subcapsular sinus is present, and this is the region of the trabecular sinus. This is the trabecular sinus. Means it look like tubule. So named trabecular sinus. This is the trabeculi. Same look like tubule, so called trabeculi. This is the capillary network. This is also a capillary network. This is the medulla region. This is the medullary region, and this is the cortical region. Cortical region. If we see, cortical region is divided in some region. This is the paracortex. These are the medullary sinuses. These are the medulla. Between medulla, these sinuses are created. This is the free space which provide space to the lymph, which is secreted in thymus, and provide passes to transport the lymph fluid. This is the lymph nodules in the cortex. This is the main important position of the B lymphocyte and T lymphocytes production site. These are the site of the T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte productions. This is the very interesting structure of thymus. If we see lymph node, here we can see this is the small structure, but if we elaborate the lymph node, this is the electron microscopic structure of the lymph node. Here we can see many little spaces. This is the space. Here we can see lymphatic cells and nodules, nodular structures. This is the medullary region. This is the outer cortex region of lymph node. This region is very scattered, but cortical region is very dense region of the lymph node. If we see cortex of the lymph node, this is the cortex. This is the cortex region, and this is the medullary region. Here we can see clearly this is light in color and this is dark in color because this is dense and this is light. Here many T cells or B cells are present in this region, and some macrophages and other cells also present in this region. Medulla of the lymph node. If we see medulla of the lymph node, this is very light in color and very scattered in form, because in medulla, if we see in medulla and cortex is very dense, and in medulla region this is very scattered form. Here we can see many T cells or B cells. This is the macrophageal region, and some sinuses are also present in this region, which provide passage to the lymph fluid or tissue fluid. These are the boundaries between two lymph nodules. Here we can see first lymph nodule, here we can see second lymph nodule, and these are the sinuses which provide passage. It is look like if we see a river between two mountains. This is one and this is another. Very interesting to memorize it. This is look like a river. Let me come on. Reticulation of the lymphocytes. Sorry, recirculation of the lymphocytes. recirculation of the lymphocytes is lymph tissue. This is the primary region of the lymphocytes. Here, lymphocyte cells are produced in different lymphatic vessels. Means lymph tissue lymphocytes transported from different lymphatic vessels, and it comes into the blood circulation. Lymphocytes comes into the blood circulation, and after that PCV, paracortical venules, and from here cells come back into the lymphoid tissue and degenerate. Let me come on second structure, spleen. This is another very important organ. Spleen, also called graveyard of the RBC, because here RBC becomes destroyed and end of the life of the RBCs becomes here. Located in the passage of blood, means spleen is present just posterior lateral region of stomach. If we talk about structure of the spleen is capsular and parenchymal. Means outer covering is capsule and inner region is parenchymatous. Spleen parenchyma is divided into some regions. It consists of white pulp, red pulp, and marginal zone. These important pulps of the spleen are involved in the production of the cells. Function of the spleen is in immune defense mechanism and filter of blood to clear out the old red blood cells. Means in this region blood cells are trapped, which is destroyed in this region because red blood cells becomes old and their structures become threatened to other cells. So due to that, spleen is called graveyard of RBC. Hemopoiesis. In this region, hemopoiesis takes place. Blood storage. In this region, blood also are stored. Hemopoiesis and blood storage. This is the some other features of spleen. But primary features of spleen is immune and filtration of blood to clear out the old red blood cells. Old. This is very important. We becomes on structure of the spleen capsule. TCT means capsule consists of DCT containing smooth muscle cells. This is the smooth muscle cell covering. Is covered by mesothelium. White pulp. Periatrial lymphatic sheath. Lymphatic nodules. In the periatrial lymphatic sheath, T cells predominant, but in lymphatic nodules, B cells are predominant. Means splenic nodules, also called splenic nodules, in this region B cells are predominant. Marginal zone. This lies between the white and red pulp. Between white and red pulp, a zone are present, just like here. If we consider this is white pulp, this is red pulp, and in this line we can consider marginal zone, which provide a specific line which separates red and white pulp. If we talk about red pulp, this is splenic sinusoid. This is a long rod endothelial cell in this region. Gaps between adjacent cells, no basement membrane, rounded by reticular fiber, means rod endothelial cells are present in this region, which is very long, and between cells gap are present, and between adjacent cells connection are takes place through the desmosome, and basement membrane are absent in this region of the red pulp, and red pulp are surrounded by reticular fibers which provide strength to these cells. Splenic cord. The main component are B, M, Phi, etc. is the principal place for the filtration of blood. Means splenic cord region, especially macrophageal B cells and some other cells, are filtered out. So this is the many important section of our red pulp region, because in this region many type of the cells becomes and filtered out. This is the spleen. This is microscopic structure. If we see, these are the medullary region. This is the cortical region. This is the cortical region. This is the medullary region. We can see clearly white pulp. This is the white pulp. This is white pulp, consists of medullary region and cortical region. You can see here, this is the white pulp. This is the red pulp. Red pulp is very scattered, and many cells are present in this region, and many sinusoidal spaces are also present in this region, and this is dark in color. That's why red pulp name are called. Red pulp cord, sinusoidal. Here we can see macrophages. This is macrophage. This is macrophages. Here we see central artery, trabecular artery. From the trabecular artery, a artery becomes continue called central artery. This is the principal white pulp. These are the sinusoidal. These all are the sinusoidal. This is the red pulp. This is a sheath. Through these sheath, circulation takes place. This type of circulation is called open circulation, means fluid comes in free space and exchange of the minerals and other nutrients are takes place, and after that through the some other capillaries blood fluid transport out. This is the pulp veins through which this fluid goes out in some other big veins and venules. This is the pulp artery through which oxygenated blood comes in this region, and through pulp vein deoxygenated blood transports out. And this is the closed circulation. In this sheath region, open circulation takes place, but in sinusoid, closed circulation takes place because this does not provide passage to fluid go out. It closely circulate the fluid inside region. It does not allow to go out the blood into the free space. This is the marginal zone sinusoid. This is the outer region of the organ. That's why this is the marginal zone. These are the desmosomes. These are the desmosomes. Let me come on next organ. This is tonsils. This is also a secondary organ. In tonsils, mucosa is the predominant layer. This is the inner layer and inner region. Mucosa is consist of epithelium. This epithelium is stratified squamous epithelium. This is the very important point because stratified squamous epithelium is also present in many other regions of our body. So this is very important point. Stated squamous epithelium are present in tonsils. Forms crypts. Epithelial form crypts. Lymphocytes infiltration. In this region, lymphocytes filtration takes place. Lamina propria. Lymphatic nodules and diffuse lymphatic tissue are present in lamina propria region. Means lamina propria consists of lymphatic nodules and diffuse lymphatic tissues. In the outer region of tonsils is covering of connective tissue is called capsule, which provide strength and protection to the tonsils. If we see, these are the tonsils. Here many nodules are present. in this region. Here we can see these are the T cells and B cells in this region. In cortical region, very scattered form, but in medullary region is the dense form of the cells are takes place. That's why light zone is present outer and dark zone present is in the medullary region, means inner side. Let me come on mononuclear phagocytic system. Means mononuclear phagocytic system involves, first of all, we come on bone marrow. In the bone marrow region, young monocytes comes and becomes mature and transport through the blood. Monocytes goes to the tissues or organs. This is the macrophages, liver, in connective tissue. This is the connective tissue. Macrophages are present in liver, Kupffer cells are present in lung, dust cells are present, nerve tissue, microglial cells are present, osseous tissue, osteoclasts are present, skin, Langerhans cells are present. These all cells are involved in body defense mechanism, means these all cells are the type of monocytes. In different regions, different names are provided to these cells. Function of MPS means this is phagocytic in nature, participate in immune reaction and secrete bioactive substance. This is the very important because bioactive substance is which involved in the nutrition and some mechanism of the provide message to our regulatory systems to protect the body and organ. So in lymphatic systems, many important and very important points becomes created. So this is very important topic of our body defense system. So we have to pay attention to memorize and especially we focus on the main point of these organ system. So I hope you enjoyed the video and please subscribe our channel and give positive feedback for our improvement. So goodbye, take care. We will meet once again with new video. So see you later. Take care. Have a good day and enjoy the study word. eStudy word. This is the way of a smart study. So goodbye.